Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. This is the first of 4 public information sessions to share a proposed change in the Department of Solid Waste Household Electronics Collection Program. My name is Emily LeMay, and I'm a program coordinator here at the Pinellas County Department of Solid Waste. I will be working behind the scenes tonight to ensure your questions are correctly routed so we can answer them to the best of our ability. This meeting is being recorded, so anyone who is unable to join the public information sessions will have the opportunity to review the recording. Before we get started with tonight's session, I would like to give a quick overview of the Zoom platform. We will answer your questions after the conclusion of our brief agenda in 2 different ways tonight. First, you may type your question at any time into the Q&A window. Second, you may raise your hand to be unmuted so that you can verbally ask your question. Now let's go over both of these ways. If you're on a computer or using the Zoom app through your phone or tablet, you'll want to move your mouse or tap the screen to access the menu bar shown below. Click Q&A and a window will open where you can type your question. After typing your question, click the send button, which will show as number 2 on the screen. You can close the window or move the window elsewhere on your screen. Questions will only be seen by the hosts and not the audience. If you'd like to verbally ask a question, you'll need to first raise your hand to alert us that you have a question. To raise your hand on the computer or Zoom app on your phone or tablet, click Raise Hand in the menu bar as shown. You can also lower your hand by clicking on the hand icon once more. When you're called on to speak, you'll see a message like this asking to unmute yourself. Once you are unmuted, you can ask your question. If you accidentally click the wrong thing, you should see a new unmute option appear at the bottom of your screen like this. As with any meeting, please try to keep your questions and comments brief and on topic so we can get to everyone's questions. We'll also be providing our contact information should you like to get in touch with us later or discuss further. Thank you for your attention. I would now like to introduce the Director of the Department of Solid Waste, Paul Sacco.
Thank you, Emily. I want to thank everybody who is joining us this evening. Again, my name is Paul Sacco. I've been with the county for 25 years and with the Department of Solid Waste for 6 years. I have a county background in engineering, real estate, facilities management, economic development, and worked in county administration for a period of time. The solid waste or the Department of Solid Waste operates the solid waste disposal complex, which includes the waste energy facility, the landfill, and recycling programs like the residential household electronics and chemical collection. I'd like to introduce co-presenter tonight, Stephanie Watson, who is our program manager for recycling outreach and programs. Our agenda this evening is to review the meeting's purpose, explain the proposed change, provide resources on where you can find more information, and certainly give you time to answer any questions that you may have. So our purpose of the session tonight is to explain the proposed handling of collected household electronics. And based on our experience in managing this program over several decades, we have found, like many things, this program has changed, including the types of household electronics as well as the recycling markets. For example, televisions with cathode ray tubes have evolved into flat screen TVs, and we're seeing less and less tube-style televisions and even computer monitors, things of that technology. As a department, we're charged with evaluating these changes and how to best manage these resources. And yes, we see waste as a resource. And our least preferred option is to dispose of the waste that's received here at our complex. So what we have found is that there's limited markets to recycle household electronics. The primary recyclable materials are metals that are in these electronics. Metals can be recovered via our waste energy facility and then sent to our recyclers in those markets. The hard to recycle plastics can be burned for energy recovery, and we've learned that in-house management is best. So to provide you more with information, I'd like to turn it over now to Stephanie Watson, who will kind of walk you through the changes that we're looking at and proposing this evening. So Stephanie?
Yes, thank you, Paul. So for background, the Department of Solid Waste collects household electronics and chemicals through its Household Electronics and Chemical Collection Center, known as HEC3, and that is located at the Solid Waste Disposal Complex. We also host countywide monthly mobile collection events throughout the year. For household electronics, we collect those items and send them to a private recycler who disassembles them and then recycles the metals. We collect certain types of household electronics, which I'll refer to herein as e-waste. The e-waste we collect includes televisions, computer towers and processing units, hard drives, monitors, cell phones, laptops, tablets, and other electronics with rechargeable batteries that cannot be removed from the device. Please note that we don't collect all household electronics. For example, we don't collect items like microwaves, printers, DVD players, keyboards, toasters, etc. So I have a question for you before we continue, and there's no need to answer out loud. You can just take a guess in your mind. How many tons of household electronics do you think we collect and send for recycling in a year? And that answer is 460 tons of e-waste collected in a year. To put this number of tons into perspective, at the Solid Waste Disposal Complex, we process over 1.2 million tons of garbage a year. An additional 460 tons of e-waste is a drop in the bucket compared to the amount of garbage we process each year. In fact, our data shows that we receive 460 tons of garbage by 7:30 on an average day, 7:30 in the morning on an average day at the Solid Waste Disposal Complex. Based on a recent waste composition study, we found that e-waste is 0.6% of what we currently receive at the Solid Waste Disposal Complex. That means we're already receiving 6,800 tons of e-waste and garbage each year. As Paul mentioned, the majority component of e-waste is hard plastic casing. Think of your computer monitor, for example. We can burn the hard plastic casing, recover the metal components through our metal recovery system at our waste energy facility, and we then recycle the metal. The proposed changes in our operation is to manage e-waste in-house starting October 1st, 2022. We will continue to collect e-waste, but will not send it to a private recycler. Private recyclers are more likely to send the plastic from e-waste to a landfill. By managing the e-waste in-house, we can recover the energy from hard to recycle plastics and recover the metals and send the metals to be recycled. So what impact does this have on you as a resident of Pinellas County? Well, if you have e-waste that you want to get rid of, you can continue to bring it to HEC3. However, remember that we will now be processing it through our waste to energy facility. We wanted to take this opportunity to let you know about the variety of local options to get rid of your e-waste. First, if your e-waste is in working condition, consider donating it, gifting it, or selling the item. If it's not in working condition, you may opt to repair it. There are also many recycling drop-off and take-back programs for e-waste. We have a list of these options specific to Pinellas County on our Where Does It Go search tool. We'll go over how to access this tool in the next slide. Lastly, you may place the item in your garbage. If the item has a rechargeable battery, we'll show you what to do with it. So you have several options to find our Where Does It Go search tool, such as using this web link. You can also type into your browser, Where Does It Go Pinellas County, and it'll pop up as the first option. or you can scan this QR code. You can also access the search tool on the Department of Solid Waste home webpage on the sidebar like this. This is what the Where Does It Go search tool looks like when you open it for the first time. You'll need to make a selection for homes or for businesses. We'll select for homes to show you the information you'll need as a Pinellas County household. This is a searchable database that offers quick and helpful guidance about what to do with an item you're looking to get rid of in Pinellas County. We list local instructions for hundreds of materials, including household electronics. Let's search for electronics to show you the resources we've gathered for you. It's important to note that the information in the Where Does It Go search tool is verified by our staff at least on an annual basis. We also add additional resources as they're discovered. This is a comprehensive list of the options you have when it comes to getting rid of your unwanted household electronics. Again, we encourage reuse and repair if possible. We've listed charitable organizations in Pinellas County that accept certain working household electronics for donation, which you'll see on the screen. We'll also share ideas for gifting your working household electronics on platforms such as Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, your local Buy Nothing group, or FreeCycle. The screen is now displaying companies that offer drop-in or mail-in recycling and disposal options for your household electronics. You'll notice a handful of stores that may be located close to your home, office, or even in areas that you frequent for errands. As a last resort, household electronics may be placed in your garbage. And I wanted to say a quick word about e-waste with rechargeable batteries that cannot be removed, like cell phones, tablets, and laptops. These items should be taken to a drop-off location. The reason is because rechargeable batteries can cause fires when compressed by equipment. That endangers workers and buildings, so they should never be discarded in recycling or garbage collection containers. This QR code links to the Where Does It Go search tool entry for rechargeable batteries. You're welcome to click on that link and visit that site for where to go for rechargeable batteries. Lastly, we've created a one-stop shop webpage that includes information about the program change, including an FAQ, frequently asked questions, and a guide on whom to call if you want to place your e-waste in the garbage and the item doesn't fit in your garbage collection container. The website can be accessed on the Department of Solid Waste website on the left sidebar at this web link or by scanning this QR code. If you have questions, you can contact us at any time using this information. We thank you on behalf of the Department of Solid Waste for attending this session. Now I'd like to open up the meeting for questions. As mentioned at the beginning of the session, if you have a question or comment, please share it in the Q&A section of Zoom. Or if you'd like to ask your question personally, go ahead and hit the raise hand button.
So far, we have 2 questions. The first, are you continuing to accept household chemicals after October 1st?
Thank you, Emily. I'll take that one. The answer is yes. We will be taking household chemicals right now, and we will continue to do so after October 1st.
And the second question, what about alkaline batteries? Do they need to go to a drop-off as well?
Catherine, would you like to take that one?
Absolutely. Good evening, everybody. Catherine Eichner, Hazardous Waste Manager here at the Department of Solid Waste. Thank you all for joining. Alkaline batteries can go in the garbage. There is nothing in them that can be recovered or recycled or should be recovered or recycled. They're a little bit less concerning than the rechargeable batteries that Stephanie highlighted earlier in this session. There are take back or mail back programs for alkaline batteries if you opt to want to do something else with them. And so if that would probably just be a quick Google search there, but the answer to the direct answer to the direct question is the alkaline batteries can go in the garbage.
Excellent. Thank you, Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
Were there any other questions, Emily, for us?
I'm not seeing any at this time.
Okay. All right. Well, that concludes the Zoom virtual public information session about the proposed household electronics program change. Here's how you can find more information about the program change as well as any updates. You're also welcome to call the Department of Solid Waste at the number you see here, 727-464-7500, or you can email us at recycle@pinellascounty.org. That is ORG. Thank you so much for joining in today's public information session.